We're back with a brand new design for our best Rex trap in Ark Survival Ascended 2.0. Last week, I showed you the best Rex trap at the time, but they have completely changed the AI in a recent update, and now Rexes are way too smart to be trapped in that old trap. They're learning, and pretty soon they'll be opening doors. But for now, this Rex trap takes very few materials, it's super easy to build and simple to make. I'll give you simple step-by-step instructions how to build this trap and how to use it, and I'll show you some variations that make it way easier and safer to trap and tame Rexes in Ark Survival Ascended. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. Now, as I said they probably would after my first Rex Trap video, they have patched the AI for dinos, and now land creatures have a much more advanced AI, which will avoid any structures that should be trapping them, like walls, ramps, things like that. So I've come up with a new trap design that works really well even with the new AI. And a lot of people were saying on my last video, why don't you just use the old dino gateway method? But the old Rex traps no longer work with the new AI either. Now, as long as a Rex has a clear path that can reach you from where it is, it will go in a straight line towards you. But the second that path is blocked by something, it calculates a whole new course to go around the obstacle to get to you. And that makes trapping it really hard. But this trap will take care of that problem. This trap is actually very material efficient too. We just need 3 stone foundations, 2 stone walls, 1 stone gateway, 1 stone reinforced gate, and 1 bear trap for each Rex we trap. So we're going to start by facing the direction the Rex will be coming from, and we need a very long, flat, straight runway. You can do this on uneven ground, but it's a whole lot easier if it's flat. It also helps to remove obstacles. So line up that foundation straight towards where the Rex is going to come from, and add a foundation to the right so we make a nice 2 foundation wide opening facing directly where the Rex will be coming from. So now we snap the stone gateway hanging off the side of one of those foundations, and it's got to be hanging over towards where the Rex is coming from, just like that. It can be on either side, whichever side you have the most room to jump out and slam this gate. And then we snap the gate to it to form 1 wall. Now we pull out a stone wall, and you can hit R to switch the type of wall. I personally like these double doorways because it gives you more room to run around. And then you actually don't necessarily have to put that second foundation there. You should be able to snap the second wall to that, but now you should have 2 foundations wide and 2 foundations deep of walls on either side, and then the front and back are open. And now we're going to place the large bear trap on top of the back foundations as far back as we can get it. We want the Rex to get as deep into the trap as possible before that thing snaps shut. And after you place it, you just have to wait like 20 or 30 seconds for it to open up, and then it'll be ready to bring a Rex in. And now we need a really angry Rex. We want to line him up so he's going as straight as possible down the middle of this trap, and you've got to be real careful to do this just right, otherwise you might have to take a few passes at this. But make sure he's always got a straight line of sight to walk directly through the middle of the trap, and once he steps on the bear trap, you've got about 10 seconds to fly over here and open the gate. As soon as you open that dino gateway, it's going to trap him in, and now he is locked inside the trap. That actually creates the front and back walls, and now the Rex can't move. You've got to make sure the bear trap is exactly as far back as possible, otherwise he won't get deep enough into the trap, but if you built this right, he should be totally stuck. Now I've got another version of this trap that does not require a bear trap every time. Those are pretty expensive, and the stone is much easier to get. So we're going to put down 2 stone foundations further back towards the back of the trap, and then pick one of them up in the middle and then set it to the right side. And this is going to give us another set of walls to get the Rex deeper into the trap. I'm going to put down 2 more walls on the right and left side, and as you can see there's 1 foundation gap and then another set of walls, because the Rex cannot fit through a 1 foundation wide gap. And now we're going to place 1 wall in the back, and this is critical. If you're standing on this side of the wall inside the trap, the Rex will keep going towards you into the trap. The moment you step past that wall out of the trap, the Rex will recalculate his GPS route and turn around and start walking back out of the trap, which should give us just enough time to slam the door open without getting bitten. So I've got another really angry Rex, and I'm going to do this on foot just because it's easier to maneuver in and out of this trap. So I'm standing in the trap until he gets really close, just out of biting range, and then I'll jump out of the trap, and now he's recalculating his GPS and trying to figure out what just happened. And he's trying to decide if he's going to bite me. I'm going to stay just out of biting range, open the door really fast, and then get out of the biting range as fast as possible. But that was pretty scary. Let's add a bit more material to make this a lot safer. Now, while it uses more materials, the longer we make the tunnel of that trap, the easier it is to trap the Rex without getting bitten. And so for me, I like to spend a little extra materials, especially on a trap I'm going to use a whole bunch, to make it a bit bigger and a bit easier. So I'm going to do the same thing again to extend this out further. So we're adding one more foundation back, another one down, and then we're going to pick up that first foundation and lay one down to the side of it. And we'll put a wall up on either side of these. And as you can see here, the ground is not even, so if it drops like that, just add another story on top of that so it's high enough to keep the Rex in. Adding just 2 foundations and 2 walls makes it much easier to trap a Rex, and you can keep adding as many as you want. And here comes our next test dummy. I mean, oh no, it's a scary Rex, what am I gonna do? So we'll get to the back of this trap again and then jump just out of the range just when he tries to bite. By the way, it's a really good idea to bring some very good armor if you're gonna do this on foot. A raptor or some fast mount that can fit through 1 foundation wide is also ideal to be able to outmaneuver him. And you should be able to use a flyer if you want to, but it's a lot easier to maneuver on the ground. But with the deeper trap, he gets much more confused, and it's much easier to slam the doors open and lock him in before he figures it out. So now let me show you how to make a funnel that makes it a little bit easier to trap the Rex too. So we're going to add a foundation, and you can actually use thatch for this one because we're just going to use it as a guideline. So we're going to put that down in the front and then put down a triangle foundation in front of that. We'll pick up the first one because it's just using that to get the snap points that we need, and then we'll put that down again at an angle facing out from the trap. We're kind of going to make a Y-shaped funnel that's going to push the Rex into the middle of the trap. We're putting one stone pillar right there, and then we're going to hit R until it snaps sideways, and then snap 2 pillars sticking out from the sides in that direction. Hit R again to make it snap down, and then snap another one down into the ground. And now we pick up the foundations, which also picks up the pillars we're not going to use. And now we've got this nice funnel pointing straight towards the trap, and we've just used 4 stone pillars. We're going to do this again on this side by adding the triangle and the square, get the pillar going up, hit R, make it go sideways, facing out, make those 2 deep, make it go down, and this time we actually only need to use 1. We'll pick that back up, and there we go. We've got our nice little funnel pointing towards the trap, and we keep that other foundation there because that's holding up the wall we need. So now let's go get a Rex. So now we've got a Rex chasing us. We're going to go straight down the middle of the trap just like before and stand in the very center, but the funnel will make it much easier for the Rex to find its way into the middle. He does still have to be chasing us into the center though, and now we can step out and lock him in, and he's really confused and stuck. Now keep in mind, you have to be in the middle of the trap yourself, otherwise the AI will path around the trap the minute you step out of those walls. The funnel helps him get to you, but if you're outside of the trap, he'll go around the funnel completely. So this is the current best Rex trap in Ark Survival Ascended, and at least at the time of making this video, it works perfectly, but the Ark devs tend to patch things, and so check the description of this video to make sure it has not been patched. My previous best Rex trap in Ark Survival Ascended was patched about a week later when they updated the AI and made it much more intelligent. So there is a chance they could change things again, and if they do, I'll make another Rex trap video and post that link in the description of this one. And it will really help if you let me know in the comments if this trap is still working at the time that you try it. This trap should work not just on Rexes, but anything that fits between 2 foundations but cannot fit between 1 foundation. And you can even add more walls to trap smaller creatures in the same exact trap. And I'd love if you drop a comment and let me know what creatures you've been able to tame in this trap. If it helped you, make sure you give it a thumbs up so it can help other people too. And this might be your last chance to be one of the first 50,000 subscribers on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications so you'll know when our next helpful guide comes out. And once we break 50,000 subs, I'll start actually sharing my face when I do live streams and Let's Plays. I've got the whole setup ready to go. And I want to give a big shout out to Captain Fat Dog for his awesome video that he made recently on AI pathfinding in Ark Survival Ascended. He did a ton of testing on how all the structures affect the new AI, and you should definitely check out his video at the link in the description of this video. You can learn all about that, and a lot of the things he taught me in that video were really helpful in figuring out this trap. And we will both keep experimenting to bring you new awesome dino traps for Ark Survival Ascended, so keep an eye out for those, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. Please give it a thumbs up, share it around, and leave a comment. That helps us so much, and we love hearing from you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications so you don't miss our next video full of tricks that will help you win at Ark. While you wait, here's more videos you can watch right now, and we will see you in the next video.